As we continue to work through the Knowledge tab, the next area we're going to focus on is changes. And changes is a lightweight changelog. And the idea here is that one of the areas that many districts, especially smaller districts with a lean staff, one of the problems they run into is not being able to effectively keep track of their change management process. And so in larger districts, this is usually more of a thing where you have, an actual change management board, and, you have to go through and approve and consider changes as you go. But when you're on a small team of 1, 2, 3, 4 people, often you are that entire change management board, from deciding that there needs to be a change, programming the change, planning for the change, planning for the rollback, approving, implementing. That whole thing is usually 1 or 2 people in a small district. And so we built changelog as a way to be able to kind of in a lightweight way capture those changes without having to go through a whole process of implementing a change management board, but to be useful in a way that, say, for an example, you implement a change, on Monday the 15th, and then you don't really notice the impact until, the 30th of the next month. And then you're going, okay, what has changed that could have caused this problem? And so, being able to look at this through a changelog really helps you to kind of nail down some of that troubleshooting on things like that. So what we're going to look at for the changelog, really, like I said, it's implemented to be very lightweight. And so the basic is to do a quick log. And a quick log would just be something for like a quick routine kind of change. So for example, I need to update the SSL certificates on my wireless controller this week. So that's one thing that's on my mind for changelog for this week for myself. And so I'm going to go ahead and do a change as if I were doing that. And I would say update SSL cert on wireless controller. So I'd give it some kind of descriptive name that I would know what's going on. I'll assign it a category, which will be networking. Impact level, I'm going to put medium, because if I don't get this done, then everyone kind of loses their Wi-Fi connection, which is bad. But then also if I misconfigure it, they will lose their Wi-Fi connection. So it would have an impact if it went poorly. And implementer is me. I could assign another implementer here if it was another technician who would be doing it, if I want to just submit this for them. I'm going to leave it on me as admin. And I'm just going to say renewed the SSL cert at our registrar and signed and uploaded the new cert to controller A. I could get more detailed. If I were worried that this was going to be a high impact kind of procedure, it would also prompt me for additional details for what kind of user impact. So say, for example, I decided that this does need to be high. I'm going to bump it up to high. User impact is going to impact many users because most of our users use Wi-Fi. And now, because I've flagged this as a high impact level, it's going to prompt me to come up with a backup plan. And so, there's nothing here that's holding you to making a backup plan and holding to it, but it's a really good practice to be able to, in case you weren't thinking about how you were going to roll this back, how you're going to roll it back. So I'm just going to put rollback plan here, blah, 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 and log change. And so now this is going to show up in the changes dashboard for my users. So that way, say that there's some kind of wireless problem that my network admin is working on, and he hops in here to changelog, and he can see that this has been done recently and try to figure out if that's correlated to the problem or not. And so that's really the main idea behind the changelog. Like I said, quick log is kind of the quick, easy, low friction path. If you're doing a larger change right out the gate, you can do a full change, and it's going to prompt you for like maintenance window, planned start time, planned end time, systems affected, user impact, what you're changing, back out plan, if it's connected to a specific ticket, if there are any related links for documentation. It's just really a good place where you can brain dump everything that you might need to know about the change you're making in case it goes poorly and you need to come back and look at it. Or similarly, it can be a huge help to you in the future if it's something like, for example, these SSL certificates for wireless. I'm going to have to do this again in about 300 days. And so if I forgot how to do that, I can hop back here into the changelog, and if I put enough details, I should be able to walk back through making that change again based on the details that I included here. And then finally, back at the changelog page, there is a calendar view. So if you wanted to look at this on a calendar and try to correlate events, you could view it here and see, what happened in a calendar view, just to try to make it a little bit more user-friendly, like so. But in a nutshell, that is what the changelog looks like and what it's used for.